Second quarter?
Yes, sir.
What are you asking specifically?
Specifically defense. What does break down the second quarter?
I think in general, the first half, we kind of got hit in the mouth. They were the aggressor. I thought the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the second quarter, we finally woke up and started to play. So got a little deficit, worked our way back into it. 6-point lead, 6-point deficit at halftime. But feels like been a little inconsistent so far. Played a good first half against Charlotte, poor second. And tonight, for the most part, was a poor first half until we woke up at the end and then had that carryover into the second half. But you were asking about the second quarter specifically? Or
First
second?
half, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, they were the aggressor. They upped their pressure, got into the ball, back cut us, and got some open looks, but we fought our way, and I felt good about where we were at, being down 6 at halftime with how poorly we played for a majority of the first half.
What did you think of Jabari's effort tonight?
It was great. His energy was great. A lot of guys obviously woke up in the second half and played up to our standard and capability, but Jabari was there all night. He's been a beast on the boards, 6 offensive rebounds tonight, 16, and just the activity was great there. So need that from him. I think, we did some good things with the glass, and he's been kind of the head of the snake as far as that.
Amin said that. Go ahead, John.
It's okay.
Amin said earlier today after shoot around that one of the things that you all want to focus on more was the rebound, and I think that you out rebounded them by over 20 rebounds. What was that like the focus after the last game?
Yeah, for sure. To get out rebounded 36-12 or 33-12 in the second half. That's really why we lost the game. So, all those offensive rebounds we gave up, 19-2 second chance points. So obviously we talked about that and, looked at some things, and that's an effort thing. And Charlotte outplayed us in the second half with those things. And tonight we wanted to flip that and get back to what we were doing. And so 11 offensive rebounds for 10 points in the first half. We more so doubled that in the second half with 12 offensive rebounds for 17 points. So to finish with 23 and 27 second chance points obviously shows our focus on that end and the effort that we played with. And so, like I said, it was good to see us wake up at the end of the second quarter and have the carryover into the second half.
Memphis goes from, I think it's like 56% shooting in the first half to 20 in the third quarter. How much of that is that second unit just being disruptive and creating some havoc out there?
Yeah, they're great at that. Just personnel based. It's Amin and Tari and some guys that really get after it. But I think the first group to end the first half and start the second half kind of brought that and set the tone with that as well. So, 39-18 in that quarter, regardless of us scoring, we had scored enough in the first half at 59. It felt like we weren't guarding up to our standard and got after them in the second half, and to hold them 18 in that quarter really kind of broke it open. But good to have some carryover in the fourth as well, holding only into 25. So happy with the second half effort.
I know that Tari might not be ready for as many minutes as Amin gets, but do you like the two of them on the floor together?
I do, for a lot of reasons. Obviously, the versatility defensively, and they cover up for a lot of mistakes. And then, as Tari gets his legs and timing back, you see him getting better and better on the offensive end. We know what Amin's going to do usually. He had 8 turnovers tonight, kind of falling all over himself, but he still did other things, guarded and rebounded and scored a little bit. But those two wreak havoc on that end, cover up a lot of things, and no matter who you put them out there with, it's going to obviously bring good things on the defensive side of the ball.
The things that you did well in the second half tonight, how much of that was just like what you did in the first half on Wednesday, and how do you just like put that together for 48 minutes?
Yeah, it was really challenging them to play with the proper effort. Memphis was playing harder. That was the simple message at halftime. We looked at some things, but we were taking gambles in the backcourt and allowing them to get out in transition. But really, they were playing harder than us, being more physical than us. And so, like I said, we finished the half well, and for us, that's who we have to be all the time. Felt like got hit, knocked back a little bit, and started to fight our way back. But that's who we have to be as a team in general, and kind of prided ourselves on that last year, and so we've got to put full games together now.
It's just good to say that this young group has shown that last year, the ability to kind of fight back when teams push at them. And Memphis was talking a little bit, got some things wrong in the second quarter. How much did you enjoy them fighting back in the third quarter and kind of getting themselves back in the middle?
Yeah, it was great, and obviously that third quarter stands out, but the fact that we got back into it at the end of the second quarter was really a good sign going into the half. I told them we're not playing that great. They're being the more physical team than us, and we're only down 6 right now. Let's put a second half together. And so, like I said, the carryover is there, but it was good to see us fight our way back in when we had, I think, a 12-point deficit in the second quarter.
Jalen didn't have a really good first quarter, but in that second quarter he started to heat up. After the first quarter, was your message to him to just stay aggressive?
Yeah, at all times. He's making the right read. I think at times he may predetermine what he's going to do out of that pick and roll, whether shoot it or hit Alpy in the pocket, and just want him to read and react. And I think he, for the most part, does that. Whether he scores or not, it's not always dictated on that, based on that. And I think he does other things well. He's been much better in a lot of areas. And so him to continue to be aggressive, but it's always a direct correlation with us getting stops and getting out and running, and that's what we did in that second quarter and the second half, obviously.
Can you talk a little bit about Cam's? Can you talk a little bit about Cam's instant offense off the bench? It seems like he's able to do a lot, especially on the offensive end, in like a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, he's a natural bucket when he comes in. He looks to score and can do it in a lot of different ways. If we are getting stops and getting out and running, he's obviously great in the open court, but his shooting ability, he was our best catch and shoot player last year, and so we want him to make quick decisions, catch and shoot it, catch and drive it, catch it and pass it, not hold it as much. And I think he's understanding that and learning that. And then when he does drive it, he's so strong and physical on his drives. Whether it's in the half-court or transition, he's going to finish most of the time at the basket. But, continue to do that, give us offense, and then continue to grow defensively and all around and become that complete player that we know he can be.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.